When Donald Trump becomes president, he's going to put people behind bars for up to 1 year if they get caught burning the American flag.
Donald Trump literally does not have the power to do that. By the way, he said he was going to do that in his 2016 campaign, too. You can go back and look. There was a lot of this stuff he said the first time he ran. Nothing ever came of it. The president doesn't have the power to unilaterally make a law against flag burning, especially when the Supreme Court has actually ruled on this before. And the standing precedent is that you are allowed to burn the American flag in protest because it's covered under freedom of speech. Now, maybe if Trump can get a case to his new right-wing idiot Supreme Court, they can reverse that decision. But if they did, they would lose all credibility as a court, which I think they've pretty much already done anyway. So, you know, what's the harm? I mean, the harm is tremendous, but what's the harm to them is what I'm saying.
And this comes after protesters were burning the American flag in Washington, D.C. yesterday. And you know what? I think they should go to jail too, but a year?
Now, people will say...
No, they shouldn't go to jail at all. That's freedom of speech. Like, you're allowed to say whatever you want. And that doesn't just include words. That also includes gestures. It's like, even though there's laws against public nudity, if you are protesting for if you're protesting the law that against a woman being able to bare her breasts in public, for instance, if a woman marches down the streets topless for that cause, the Supreme Court has actually ruled that that is acceptable because they're displaying their breasts to protest that they can't display their breasts. Which, by the way, it is ridiculous that women are not allowed to be topless in public. And I don't just say that because I would like to see more titties, although that is probably a big motivating factor. Hey, if you like this clip, you might like the full stream, which I do every Sunday, more or less, over on the Pessimist Productions Patreon, link down below. Thank you kindly. But you're also you're allowed to burn the American flag in protest because a flag is a symbol. And a burning flag is a symbol. If the government says this symbol is allowed, but this other symbol is not allowed, then that's them taking a side in a political debate. I also think it's really fucking hilarious that the same group of people that will tell you that it's disrespectful and it's horrible to burn the American flag are a lot of the same people that think you should be able to fly the Confederate flag. A flag that literally represents, I mean, the Confederate flag they fly is not the actual Confederate flag. It's whatever, but it doesn't really matter. The point of the matter is that they're flying a flag that to them represents the Confederacy, which literally tried to destroy the United States of America. A lot of these people also, by the way, have Nazi flags in their houses. Most of them don't have the balls to actually put it on the outside of their house, but a lot of them, they got Nazi flags inside. And if they don't have the flag, they do have some Nazi ideology in their heart. That's another faction that just tried to destroy America. So these are people who literally think you should be able to fly the flag of enemies of the United States, which, by the way, I agree. I think a person should have every right, if they want, to fly the Nazi flag. I think a person should have every right, if they want, to fly the rebel flag. I think people should have every right, if they want, to burn the American flag. And this is because, you know, these are the freedoms that are guaranteed to us by the United States Constitution. But more broadly than that, I just think it's stupid to try to stifle ideas. It doesn't really work. You know, we've tried this thing, you know, a number of years ago. I said, when you deplatform people, all they do is just find new places to congregate. They build their own spaces. And what has happened since then? A bunch of people were deplatformed. They were kicked off of places like Twitter, and then some crazy right-wing lunatic bought the platform, and now it's like Twitter is barely to the left of the Daily Stormer, right? You go on Twitter, it's like all crazy right-wing nonsense. Like, it's the first thing you see. The first, like, you log on to Twitter, you scroll down 3 tweets, and there's just like some fucking insane shit, like instantaneously. It's always, and it's like always just crazy, super far right, like the Jews run the world. You know, we need to kick all the black people out of America, whatever the fuck. It's always some crazy lunatic shit that, you know, just a few years ago would have been so fringe you'd never see it anywhere mainstream. And now it's just right there on like a huge social media platform. And part of the reason that happened is because these platforms got so restrictive of these right-wing ideologies that these right-wingers started building their own platforms and buying up the existing ones. And now we're in a situation where things are worse, not better. So deplatforming, I think the jury's in. It doesn't work. It failed. It was a nice little try. Like, maybe if we just shut these people up, their regressive horse won't fucking take over society. Well, it turns out that when you try to shut them up, their regressive horse spreads like fucking wildfire. And all of the examples of successful cancellations have pretty much been fucking thwarted. Like, it was like, well, look, we were able to silence Alex Jones. Alex Jones seems bigger than ever now to me. Even with all the legal battles and all of the nightmares he's faced in court, it seems like his public profile and his voice is larger than ever. He's more mainstream now than he's ever been. He even kind of seems like a moderate compared to some of these new voices that have risen up. So I think the deplatforming thing, we can pretty much roundly say it's failed. I guess that maybe we just need to go back to the sunlight is the best disinfectant strategy of freedom of speech. And to me, flag burning is freedom of speech. Flag waving is freedom of speech. Fly any flag you want. Burn any flag you want. That should be your right as an American citizen. That's what I believe.
Oh, it's unconstitutional. Those are stupid people. Those are stupid people that say that.
Are they? Because it is unconstitutional. Like, just read the First Amendment. It's pretty clear that flag burning is covered. I don't know how you're... Those are stupid people. If you look at the Constitution, you'll see that, it says in the Constitution that people who burn the flag, they should be burned themselves. They need to go to jail for a year. That's what it says in the Constitution. Anyone who disagrees with me is the stupid head.
We have to work in Congress to get a 1-year jail sentence when they're allowed to stomp on the flag and...
I don't even think Congress could do this at this point because I don't know all the particulars about the Supreme Court case, or maybe it's cases that decided this. I should probably do a little deeper of a dive if this is actually going to be a political issue in this country again. I don't know how far Trump will take this because, like I said, he said this kind of in 2015, 2016 as well, and obviously nothing ever came of it. I suspect nothing will come of it this time either, but if he's actually going to try for this as part of his platform, then, I'll probably end up doing some deeper research into the exact specifics of whatever court cases were involved in deciding this issue previously.
Put lighter fluid on the flag and set it afire. And when you're allowed to do that, you get a 1-year jail sentence and you'll never see it again. And all over the world, Putin and President Xi of China, all over the world, they're watching this. Kim Jong-un, he looks at us like we're a bunch of babies.
And our children.
Man, you guys are embarrassing me in front of the other despots. You know what I mean? That's basically what I just heard Trump say. You know, all the other dictatorial despots around the world, you're embarrassing me in front of them all by allowing this to happen. It's so embarrassing. So embarrassing to see that we have freedoms that they don't have. That shouldn't be embarrassing to you, you fucking twat. The fact that our people have the freedom to burn the American flag should make you fucking proud. Because the Chinese people don't have the right to burn the Chinese flag. The Russian people don't have the freedom to burn the fucking Russian flag. That's a freedom exclusively, maybe not exclusively, but that's a freedom that belongs to us. And if you take that away, that makes us more similar to Russia, more similar to China, more similar to these despotic nations that I thought we were trying to avoid being like. If there's ever a law passed against flag burning, then all that's going to happen, by the way, is people are going to create near flags. People are going to go create a flag with 49 stars on it instead of 50. It's going to have an uneven number of bars, or it's going to have one little design feature that makes it not quite the American flag. And they'll just burn that and be like, I didn't break the law. That wasn't an American flag. Like, are you allowed to burn an American flag shirt? Like, because maybe the responsibility, well, anything that even looks like the flag, we'll outlaw burning it. Well, what if you've got a shirt that looks like American flag? What do you got a pair of swimming trunks that looks like the American flag? And by the way, aren't you desecrating it by wearing it on your fucking fat, sweaty ass? You know, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. This is unenforceable shit. If they try to do this, it will just completely fucking fail. It'll fail on every level because people will find technicalities to get out of it. And its constitutionality will be challenged every which way from Sunday. And even if Trump's Supreme Court is stupid enough to claim that flag burning is not covered under free speech, people will subvert that in 1,000,001 ways. And it will just lead to ridiculous political disasters. And even more important than all that stuff, by the way, these right-wingers, at the end of the day, they fucking love flag burning. They love when a bunch of lefties burn the American flag because then they can point and be like, look, see? They hate America. They hate America. Look at these fucking scumbags burning the flag. They hate America. You outlaw it, you don't get that fucking footage no more. You don't get to manipulate chuds and rednecks and dipshits by showing them a picture. Look, these people burn the flag. Well, why are they burning it? Well, they're burning it because the United States of America materially supports a genocide that's massacred tens of thousands of children. But don't worry about that. Worry about the piece of fabric that got burned. I mean, these people are fucking ridiculous. They're fucking stupid. I just can't fathom the level of dumb you have to be to actually be a right-wing conservative in America. You just have to, you have to be sociopathic. You have to be narcissistic. And I get that stuff. Like, I get the sociopathic narcissism. But what I don't get is the just sheer dumb fuckery of it. Because you just have to be brain broken on a fundamental level. You just have to be basically just the IQ of a fucking tree stump. You have to have the IQ of a fucking tree stump or a fucking garden slug or something to actually hear these ideas and be like, wow, yeah. Yeah. Why the hell wouldn't we hate America? I mean, I don't hate America. I love America personally. One of the things I love about it is I can burn the flag here. I love America. I love all the things about America that people think are the worst things about America, you know? How lazy we are. I love that. How fucking weird and degenerate we are. I love all the weirdo shit about America. I love all the shit that makes me go, oh, that's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to be an American. I think that shit's great. The shit really got to knock off is like the proxy wars and the genocides and the starving people, the breaking like homeless people's encampments down, going to a homeless camp and destroying it just because, you know, that it's an eyesore, not paying people a fair wage, or just cutting school lunches, trying everything you can to just create human misery everywhere. That's the kind of stuff that actually bothers me. But, like, you know, a lot of the stuff that people actually get upset about in America is like the cool stuff. You know, like some just irresponsible shit. Some wacky shit. You know, like Kid Rock or something. Like, as much as I hate Kid Rock's politics, the fact that Kid Rock is kind of comforting to me, or like ICP. You know, the fact that there's just like this dumb shit that's just put out there into the world, and, you know, like rednecks and fucking, like frat bros and douchebags and all this shit. Like, all that shit is kind of fucking endearing. You know, at the end of the day, it's not like I want to hang out with those people, but I like that they're out there being stupid as fuck. But that's not the stupidity that bothers me. It's not the stupidity of like, look at this bitch in a big thong bouncing her ass around. I'm going to drink this beer. I'm going to shoot my gun in the air. I'm going to smack this bitch's ass. I'm going to dance all night. I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to call in sick to work tomorrow so I can drink all night tonight. I'm going to a strip club. I'm going to the back room of the strip club, have the fucking stripper suck my dick behind my wife's back, or whatever the bullshit. All this shit that happens in this country, that shit don't bother me none. That to me is endearing about us. We're a bunch of fucking dumb, degenerate fucking morons that are all just impulse and id, going around looking for a good time. That's the good side of America. That's the side of America that I actually have some affinity for. The side I don't like is like the cruel, cold, callous stupidity of like starving people, bombing people, just having no social safety net for people, just being cruel and cold and malicious and just treating your fellow human beings with contempt and scorn and derision and always acting like you're somehow pure and better when you know you're a piece of shit. Like all that stuff, that's the gross part of America. But the fucking fun-loving fucking side that wants to like stone cold Steve Austin it up and fucking shotgun 50 beers and then bottom line, you know, like the pro wrestling side of America, the NASCAR side of America. That side ain't so fucking bad. That's harmless. Harmless stupid. I don't mind the harmless stupid of America. What I don't like is the vicious stupid of America. The man's inhumanity to man stupidity of America. The most entertaining country, by far. Big, I mean, with silicone tits and Las Vegas, Nevada, and Hollywood, California, and New York, and then bumblefuck Texas, and bumblefuck Arkansas, and bumblefuck Oklahoma, and bumblefuck everywhere, where they're getting down to that fucking more like, let's go mudding. I don't, like, it's all fine, man. Rock on with all that shit. Just stop starving kids and fucking bombing people and arming fucking genociders and shit. That's all you really need to fucking do, America. The fucking fun stupid can stay. The mean stupid's what's gotta go. Be a man.